Welcome to my podcast, where we are going to talk about a lifestyle with dogs and throw in a few life lessons along the way. Whether you're a hound hunter, bird dog enthusiast, running setters, pointers, retrievers, or a flat-out running dog junkie, this podcast is for you. I am your host, Heath Hyatt, a certified law enforcement canine trainer with over 3 decades of personal and professional training and handling experience. It's time for me to pay it forward. So grab your leads, lace up those boots, and come and join me on this lifelong process of teaching, training, and learning. Are you looking to unlock your dog's full potential and give them the best nutrition possible for peak performance? Then look no further. Inukshuk has what you're looking for. Inukshuk's nutrient-dense formulas are crafted to keep your dog's energy high and performance top-notch. Packed with premium proteins and essential fats, Inukshuk delivers the balanced nutrition your dog needs to thrive. From hunting dogs to police canines, Inukshuk is trusted by professionals. Give your dog the power of peak performance with Inukshuk Professional Dog Food. Welcome back to the last episode of What's Up Wednesday. Yes, this year's coming to a close. Bear with me today. I've got a head cold. Been fighting it for a week. Trying to hunt. It's been pretty miserable. But you guys know how it is when you only got a few days to hunt a year. You got to make it happen. So I think I made it worse by being out in the cold and the wind, the snow. But anyway, let's get on with it. We all grew up believing in something a little magical, like Santa Claus, a figure built on stories, tradition, and the faith that if you did things the right way, good things would follow. But over time, we learned which parts were myth and which parts carried real meaning. Training hounds isn't all that different. In the hound world, stories get passed down, methods become tradition, and beliefs are often followed because that's the way it's always been done. Some of those beliefs are rooted in hard-earned wisdom, and others might be more myth than fact. In today's world, it's tough to sort through the line. What truly helps a hound succeed, and what we might just be believing because we were told to. It's kind of like Santa, except your hound won't leave cookies, and he definitely won't clean up the mess afterwards. Before we get into today's episode, I want to take a minute and I want to share something with all of you who take the time out of your week to listen to the podcast. This show started as a journey over 4 years ago. I don't like any of it. Welcome back to another episode of What's Up Wednesday. It's going to be the last episode of the year. We're not going to be doing one next week due to travel and work and trying to get in the last couple of days of hunting season. We will come back on January the 7th with a very, very special episode. Bear with me today. I've got a head cold. Been hunting, and I think I'm making it worse because I'm staying out in the weather, and I even actually worked 2 days this week, and I didn't have to, but I felt so bad that I didn't feel like I could pull the mountains and run down dogs if I had to. So actually, I went to work instead. Shame on me, right? But got a couple days left, so we're gonna get after it. But since it's the holiday season, we all grew up believing in something a little magical, like Santa Claus, a figure built on stories, tradition, and the faith that if you did things the right way, good things would follow. But over time, we learned which parts were myth and which parts carried a real meaning. Training hounds is not that different. In the hound world, stories get passed down, methods become tradition, and beliefs are often followed because that's how it's always been done. Some of those beliefs are rooted in hard-earned wisdom, and others might be more myth than fact. In today's world, it's tough to sort through that line. What truly helps a hound succeed and what we might just be believing because we were told to. It's kind of like Santa Claus, except our hounds won't leave cookies, and he definitely won't clean up the mess afterwards. But before we get into today's episode, I want to take a minute and share something with all of you who take the time out of your week to listen to the podcast. This show started as a journey over 4 years ago, and with some changes, it became What's Up Wednesday. I have never been a fan of that title. The show started because of conversations about hounds, hunting, training, and the life in between. And the truth is, those conversations haven't changed. What started out as an idea has turned into something bigger. More stories, more voices, more lessons from the woods, the road, the kennel, and everywhere that this lifestyle takes us. So with that, it's time for a name to better fit what the show has become and brand it as my own. Over the next episode, you're going to hear a new title, see a new look. I hope you like it, but don't get it twisted. The heart of the show stays the same. Same values, same respect for the tradition, same straight shooting conversations that you've come to expect. Think of it like a good hound. Same nose, same grit, just a new collar. I'm excited to where this is heading. And along with the new name and logo, we're going to roll out some merch in the near future. Nothing fancy, just stuff that we'd actually wear ourselves. I'll be the first to let you know when it drops. And I appreciate every one of you who have been a part of this journey so far. Now let's get into today's episode. As we wrap up the year, it's hard not to stop and think about just how fast it all went by. One season rolls into the next, and before you know it, you're looking back at a full year of miles, hunts, and memories. This year wasn't about how many days we got out or how many places we went. It was about being able to do what we love to do and not taking it for granted. A lot of this year was spent on the road. Long drives, early mornings, hard drives home late at night, dog box full of tired dogs. Those miles add up. But somehow, they never feel wasted. Every road leads to a new spot, a familiar place, or a good friend waiting on the other end. The traveling becomes a part of the story just as much as the hunt itself. We traveled to Wisconsin, Western Carolina, places I'd never hunted. The Wisconsin trip up to hunt with Ross Elwinger was a great experience. Not only was the hunting excellent, I got to visit Raleigh and Helen's muskie shop, where I spend a lot of money for my second hobby, muskie fishing. I got to tour the St. Croix factory. A lot of my poles are St. Croix because of the quality. Topped off by a boat ride in one of the most famous muskie waters in the country. Brian Gentry in Western Carolina greeted me with some of the nicest country I've ever hunted in, and I plan on making that a yearly trip. The hounds made several trips to West Virginia, to East Carolina. I couldn't leave out my first Western adventure, chasing the bugle of that elk in Wyoming, or hiking back to a secluded lake, fishing for brookies at 10,000 feet above sea level. What an experience that was. The hunts this year had their ups and downs, like they always do. Some days everything comes together. Other days, those lessons are a little harder earned, like realizing that you need to change your hunting style
a little to meet your expectations. Not because the dogs can't do it, because they've never been asked to. But those tough days have a way of sticking with you because they remind you why patience matter and why we keep showing up. It's not always about the outcome. It's about being out there and watching the dogs work. The struggle was real in Wisconsin. Then add the excitement of climbing 40, 50 foot up in a tree to retrieve a treed walker. Not a treeing walker, a treed walker. There are many stories that you guys have probably already heard about, and the continuous work to improve on the shortcomings seemed to stand out the most. Progress was made, but the goal still hasn't been achieved. Not sure if I'll ever get there, but it won't be for the lack of effort on my behalf. One of the best parts of the year was time spent with friends. Whether it's here at home with our hunting group, around the tailgate in West Virginia with Carl and Chris and Junior, Matt, Jacob, Timmy, in Eastern Carolina with Doug, BB, TJ, Wayne, Wade, or at the camp with Rick and Nancy, Barry, Toby. Hey, Barry, I'm still waiting on that one-shot badge. Getting to spend a couple of days with Rodney, a friend that I haven't seen in over 10 years. A friendship that started behind a then young black and tan Walker Cross named Frosty. Or standing on the ridge with Jerry listening to the hounds open up, trying to figure out what is our best way to get to them. There's something about shared early mornings and long nights that build real friendships. The laughs, the stories, and even the disagreements all become part of the tradition. And somewhere along the way, you start to appreciate all the little things. The quiet morning before the wolves wake up, the sound of a hound you trust doing exactly what they're bred to do, a simple meal after a long day. Those moments don't seem big at the moment, but they're the ones that you remember the most. At the center of it all are the hounds. They're what brings us all together. They're the reason the conversations start, friendships form, and traditions get passed down. Different background, different places. But the dogs are the common ground. As this year comes to a close, it's clear that it wasn't just about the miles driven or the hunts we made. It was about the people beside us and the hounds ahead of us. The laughter around the tailgate, the quiet mornings, the long nights, and the sound of a good dog doing what it's bred to do are the moments that stick. Those little things are what bring us back year after year. We're thankful for the friendships made, the time spent outdoors, and the hounds that continue to bring us together. Here's to safe travels, good company, and another year of memories waiting to be made. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And until next time, we will see you at the tree.
Tailgate drops before the light, coolers packed and the rig sitting right, tracking collars charged, beeping green, boots in the bed and the rifles clean, dog box rattling, engines hum, we're chasing bear till the day is done, old ring barking like he knows what's near, nose to the wind, tail full of cheer. From the Virginia mountains to the Carolina clay, we're burning fuel and miles each day. Every turn's another tale, through mountain mist and paper trails. We see the sunset red in Tennessee, rise through the fog in old WV. North Carolina's pines echo loud with the cry of a hard-run hound. New York forest, Maine's deep snow, Vermont valleys where the black bears chasing bears. Rest stops few, the roads are long, but the fire in our hearts still burns strong. Wisconsin mornings cutting crisp and clear, Canada's wildwoods drawing near. Still got states we ain't run, but that hound dog fever won't let us quit. We see the sun set red in Tennessee, rise through the fall in old WV. North Carolina's pines echo loud with the cry of a hard-run hound. New York frost mains, deep snow, Vermont valleys where the black bears go. Truck keeps rolling, wheels don't care. We're chasing daylight, chasing bears. Gas station coffee, Alpha XL on the dash. Another back road, another bear track. Friends made fast and stories told slow. Under stars where only hunters go. We see the sunrise gold in Canadian air, and it sets on a trail down in Appalachia. Packing steel and leather, grit and care. We're built for the road and chasing bears. So load the dogs and slam the gate. There's a trail ahead, we won't be late. From dawn to dusk, we're always there. Chasing daylight, chasing them bears.